Hey guys, Colin here, and today we're kind of going to go diving deep into 1977 and showing Bobby G's most favorite album of all time, Saturday Night Fever. This was released in 1977. Um, this is the best-selling soundtrack of all time, selling 45 million copies worldwide, and it stayed on the charts for 4 years till 1980. Um, it's hard to believe there's 45 million of these. Uh, Going to the record shops and thrift stores and whatnot anymore? I hardly run across this. So maybe they're were thrown into a big barn fire or something. I don't know. But anyway, this has a lot of cool disco hits off of it. It just kind of kicked off the disco scene back then. Uh, it has Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, How Deep Is Your Love, If I Can't Have You by Yvonne Elliman, A Fifth Beethoven, Walter Murphy, Jive Talkin' Bee Gees. Almost every one of these songs you would hear on the radio back then. And even now, if you have it on a classic radio station, uh, at least one of these songs is played every hour, I would say. Um, More Than a Woman, Manhattan Skyline. This is, it's a gatefold. There he is there, John Travolta, doing his disco business. Now, along with that, 1977, uh, 20th Century Fox heavily promoted a movie called The Other Side of Midnight. Now, I've never heard of that I can recall. But they heavily promoted that movie because they thought Star Wars was going to be a flop. That's kind of funny. Um, you Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone was one of the hits back then. The movies obviously were Star Wars, Smokey and the Bandit, and Saturday Night Fever. I can't believe Saturday Night Fever and Star Wars were released in the same year, and Smokey and the Bandit, as far as that goes. The High Five was created by the LA Dodgers' Glenn Burke and Dusty Baker. Now, I have a little issue with that. People have been slapping each other around for years and years. And they're saying that these two guys invented the high five, which I don't know about that. A quote from the time was, "May the force be with you," from Star Wars. And the son of Sam's David Berkowitz was caught and he blamed it all on his dog. Uh, there was also a Star Wars board game and millions and billions of Star Wars toys since then. And at the time, they had Star Wars this and Star Wars that, and a lot of knock offshoots with Star in front of it. Um, and a board game that I have from 1977 is a game called Dungeon Dice. Now, this is a two-player or 2 to 4 player dungeon rolling game from 1977. You can see the kids there having fun there, rolling the dice while the dad is, and the kids got the big butterfly collar, and the little girls wearing the turtlenecks that were very popular at the time, and you still see those around sometimes. Um, Now, this is a very, I'm going to say it's a fun game. You can play a game in about 5 minutes and you're done. Because it's obviously geared for children. There. And I have the board is right here. I just don't have the dice tray to show you. It's inside the box. There we go. There's the game board, and you start down here. You roll your dice, and you have a card that's in here, and every time you roll a dice, you're trying to work him down here. He's digging through the walls and trying to escape the dungeons of the castle. Anyways, that's a really fun two-player game. If you see that somewhere, grab it because I think it's kind of rare anymore to find one of those around. It's by Parker Brothers. It's kind of been a Parker Brothers weekend, I guess. I showed you All the King's Men yesterday, and that was also a Parker Brothers game. And that's my video for today. Thanks. Colin, over and out. Keep on discoing Bobby G, and Weirdos unite and play more board games.